first of all, you have to go to Electronic Arts, Disease 4, and then you go to Mods. And once you're here, I totally recommend you to create different folders based on whatever you want to put into the game. Because, first of all, I recommend you to separate the mods that have a script file from the mods that don't have script files. The mods that don't have a script files are put in another folder called Mods, which is in underneath the Mods folder. Instead, the mods that have script files, I prefer to keep them separated because usually those are the ones who can give you problems when there is a new update and you have to check if the creators update them or not. So if they haven't updated them yet, or if you go to their pages and they tell you that they need an update because the game is not working, then you know which one you have to remove and wait for the update before you can install them again. I like to also separate the mods. See, I'm gonna show you. These are the mods that have like a script file. So you see, it's another folder with the name. I prefer to keep the original name because you can, if you forget, you know, where you download them, because not all of them usually are on the CurseForge. Most of them are like on the Patreon of the creators. So if you keep the original name, it's easier for you to go on Google and maybe search for the mods creator again and see if they require an update. And also, you need to check the mods that have a cast doing. Like if they modify the cast, well, which is the cast is the screen where you modify the hairstyle or the outfits of your sims. Those can give you problems. Like usually when they are broken, you can not go in cast, or like not save after you go in cast, or after you modify your sim in the cast screen, then you try to go back to the game but you can't, or sometimes you can't even travel to one lot to another. And another mods that I totally recommend you to keep separated because it's important, and that if there is an update, it's this one, XML injector. It's a very important mod because usually all the mods that you download, they require this file. So I totally recommend you to keep it separated so you remember to yourself, so you can remind yourself that, you know, in case it needs an update, you should modify it. And also this one, UI cheats is a mod that requires usually updates, and if you don't update it, you can have like tons of problems in the game. So I totally recommend you, if your game is not working, just start checking this mod. So UI cheats, if you have a XML, usually you already have it because, you know, tons of mods use those mods. And once you're done with those two, try to check all the mods that have script file, because if you separated them, it's easier to just go and check, you know, if they have something that is not working. And after that, you should check the mods folder, the ones that are just package files. Well, you can check if they are working or not. Another thing that I like to do is to separate mods in folder based on what I actually do. Because if you have just mods, they're just like outfits or hairstyles or furniture, you don't really need to check them because they usually don't break your game. It's very rare that they break your game. But anyway, you know, keep them separated. Like I do accessory for furnitures and stuff like that. Then I have shoes, skins, poses, outfits. Oh, another important thing is the override. The overrides could break your game sometimes, so make sure that you keep it in a separate folder. Also, because it could be dangerous, because if you don't remember which overrides you put in your game, and like you see something cool and you download it but you already put another override for the same thing, it could break your game. So I recommend you to keep it in a separate folder, because this is a very important file that, you know, you can only have one kind of override for each type of it. Like, I don't know, You download an override for how your sim sleep, okay? The post that they used for sleep. But if you download another one that does the same thing, the game will break. So, make sure you separate that. So whenever you download like a new override, you go into this folder, you check if it has something, similar, and you check if the same file, because if it does the same thing, you should totally remove it, because that could be the issue of your game not working. And another thing you can do, no, you have to do actually, is that after you do all of that, you check everything, you do remove all the mods, copy them on the desktop maybe, and then after you delete only these files, okay? They're not gonna ruin your game, they're not gonna lose anything, okay? Just delete these files. And once you do that, you start the game. Okay, you start the game and you don't do anything. Then you close the game, you put the mods back, and once you do that, you start the game again. Because there is this file, local tom cake package, and this is very important to delete that when you like remove mods or like update them, okay? Because that could be causing your game to be slow or lag or something like that. So if you need something else, let me know in the comments. And also if you need like a tutorial for how to check your last exception, which is something that your game could have. You could have like a new file here that says last exception, and it could help you to understand better which mods are broken and which mods you should check, or like there is something that is like bad for the game, because sometimes there are some last exceptions that don't really ruin your game. You can still play, but yeah, let me know in the comments. So I hope this tutorial was helpful, and stay safe and take care. Bye bye.